But it's faster, and so it gives you the ability to have more fun.
Alright, so I filmed a whole other video already. I hope the audio works this time. No audio whatsoever. So either I've got two choices, which is do a voiceover for the whole thing, which is going to be really weird, or it's gone. So today, do a little recap on what I already did in that video. Keep a couple things in mind. The temperature went from about 70 to about 40. So yeah, I'm still wearing shorts, but long socks, and got the little heater over here, and this, yeah, you know, we're making do. So, pop this thing open. Went in and took all just a tremendous amount of tape off of this shifter to see if there was anything it was hiding, and it wasn't, which is strange. Got the new cover on here, so now I don't have that broken. Although I'm probably going to remove this entire console for the hydro brake. Also put this in here, so now I don't have the broken vent. I removed the lower section of the rear seat, and that gives you an idea that I'm probably going to be taking all of that apart. Another thing that I want to do is to jack up the back of this and install the sway bar for two reasons. One, it needs to go on there, and two, I was tripping over it. It was pissing me off. So we'll see how that goes. Last time I ended the video not successfully putting that on because I didn't take the wheels off when I jacked it into the air. Yeah, that was a frustrating end of the night. So I put it back on the ground and just kind of walked away. Chance, not a perfect one, but there is a good chance that this wheel is somewhere between 10 and 11 inches wide. I mean, somebody's out there laughing, going like, yeah, I remember my first set of wheels. Well, whatever. That's crazy. I want somebody to trade me some normal size wheels, you know, like some V6 size wheels. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, wheels are off. Got a little bit of light going on here. So, right up in here is this bolt. This bolt holds on the cable brake bracket. It's, and I don't know if it'll show it or not, but there's a hole right over there inside the arm. This is the lower control arm. Take this guy out, slide that whole sway bar right into there, put the sway bar bolt right there, and then repeat on the other side. Now, for all you people who have friends that help you work on stuff, you'd have help picking that sway bar up, you know, and kind of getting it into place and putting the bolts in. I don't, so this is where the brain comes in. I gotta have to figure out a clever way to balance that thing while I put the bolts in. Ain't something I can't handle, but just something to keep in mind, something to be thinking about if it is your situation where you're the only one working on it alone. Always make sure you got your jacks. In my case, I put the jack back in the middle, just a little bit of extra. If for some reason it slips or twists, you got that in the middle. Have to do that, but if you ain't got nobody to help you to do the job, you probably don't have anybody around you to pull you out from underneath of it when it lands on you. Even if it's not terminal when it lands on you, how are you going to get out of there? Try not to think about that too much. Anyway, back to what we're doing. So here's my clever handiwork. Got two sets of jacks. One set of jacks holding the axle up, and another set of jacks holding up the sway bar so that I can pivot it, because it's not a matter of weight, it's a matter of leverage. It's off balance, and I'm jammed under here. It's not super high off the ground, blah 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 blah. But give you an idea. you can see over here, we got our bolts started. Now, I am not going to tighten those down entirely, but just enough to get them up on the side. Pop that side in, and then I'll crimp them down. But yeah, this is the things you got to kind of create to help yourself get the job done alone. You know how you did the job right, do you? You get extra pieces. Yeah. Oh, right in the bolt bin for you. All right, save it for later. No, I'm just kidding. Those are the original bolt brackets for the brake lines, the cable brake lines. But when you go to the sway bar, it uses the little brackets that are on the actual sway bar itself. Just pinch it instead of that weird little cam thing, which, don't get me wrong, pretty clever little solution to make it work. But yeah, that was kind of nerve-wracking at times, like being under there trying to balance that thing, but made it there. Still easier than putting them on either of the two trucks. That was like a whole night. This was like 30-ish minutes. Probably spent more time jacking it up and, you know, making sure it doesn't go anywhere. I don't want to die. At least that way. I want to try to avoid that. Anyway. New dilemma. Alright, so I'm not putting those back on because I'm not going to use them. So they need to be ready for sale, trade, whatever. But the question now is, which of these four burner tires is the least bad? Because on initial, you know, visual with the peepers here, you'd be thinking, man, that's a pretty new tire. Cruising, made in Indonesia, you know, quality. Cruising on over, you'd see 22 on that. You'd be like, okay, all right, you know, pretty new tire. But then you cruise back here and, you know, maybe why it was changed is because, you know, maybe it contacted something, so you're going to have some wobbles. Now, if I'm burning them off, I don't care, but driving around, and that doesn't match either of the other three. But then after that, we've got, okay, wait a minute here. So we've got sidewall cracking, which you won't see. These ones are made in USA. That's the best. Moving on over here, 2008. Yep, they're old. They're cracked. They're BFGs. They're chewed up, but they got some tread. They match. The wheels don't look like they've contacted any curbs. Then you got this bad one right here. Just this isn't a may pop. This is a going to pop. You know, look at all that. This whole sidewall. Hopefully it picks it up. You know, these were good a decade ago, probably. You ever do something and you just realize it's just wrong? Look at this. So I got those wheels on, which is fine, whatever. They're not going to be as cool as the other ones. But I'm just like, there's just so much gap. Then I remembered something. I don't usually get to do that. Where it benefits me. Usually it's like, oh no, I fucked up. This time, I remember once upon a time when I had the Tacoma, I was trying to figure out how to get that wheel away from those bolts, you know, that chewed up those wheels I bought on Black Friday. Huh. Anyway, so I have these guys, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna see if we can use these on those wheels and see if it fills up some of that gap. Yeah. Good, bad idea? Yeah. Well, that dream died about as fast as I was excited about it. Got that wheel spacer on there. I was like, yeah, yeah, no. That inner diameter, that. Bonk. Space. Fail. Guess not. Okay, those wheels are on, sway bar is installed. Now we got to move our way over to the front of the car. I really would like to try to take that dent out, but I really need to get to the root of why this bumper is like sagging. Yeah, you know, a couple drills, little zip tie stitchcraft will fix that right up. But I need to get it to set right, and when it was on the lift, I noticed that it was crushed in. Thinking, you know, maybe I can heat it up, put like one of these 2x4s or one of these handles in it, maybe give it a little back. Maybe that'll hold that corner up a little bit better, but yet to be seen. But it's cold in here, so I'm calling it a night.